So we look at the address there. The left-hand one was your before. We can't really see your left shoulder, your left arm at all there.
It's across.
Only really when the club start there.
Yeah.
So the club has to move back. So that would be your shoulders now are square to that white line, probably about now. But the club's gone back to the edge of your right foot. So a lot of movement there to get that club face squared off. Where we get yourself set to this one. There you go. There. Now again, okay, toes are a bit closed. Not the end of the world, okay? What I'm looking for is that if we look at just this person here now, that looks to me like you're aiming towards your target line.
Yep.
The front elbow or the left forearm now is more visible. We can see kind of where you're at there. And because of this now, your body's able to rotate. So the club can go back on here now on a nice little plane there. There's top of the backswing. As we start coming back down through, it's a smidgen re-ratting over the top. But look where that club shaft is here.
Yep.
Straight up, yeah. Through kind of your right forearm and the right elbow there, or right bicep. Compare that to not much body turn, and then
yeah, see what you mean.
Look at the hand at the same spot. I mean, that club's kind of quite steep on there. That's a much more. I mean, your left arm's away from your body. I mean, your arms are kind of just chopping into that, yeah. Whereas this one now, your left arm is more in the connected position. As you come into impact now, make these lines out of the way. As you start coming back in, that's just before impact. Look at your shoulders, yeah. Where we look at this one here now, just before impact. Next one here now, just before the ball. Look at your shoulder there. I mean, it's like you're smothered on top of it. And this is, both of these here are kind of just pre-impact or post-impact. Look at the difference in your shoulder. I mean, they're going to be slightly left, but I mean, they are like
miles.
Big left, okay?
Yep.
So if we go back a frame just before impact there. Not too far. There you go. So that right-hand one now, that's the ball's just about being hit, and you see your shoulders now going quite a bit left. Whereas this one here now, there you go. The difference in those shoulder positions there, yeah. We can still see your right arm. Also your left arm, there's daylight. So you're much more in what I call that kind of pebble skimming position. You're not that smothering over the top.
Yeah.
But that position on the left,
me a massive slice.
That at the moment now, that'll give you a massive pull.
Ah, right.
Or a big pull hook.
Yeah, because I'm round on it.
Exactly, because the club face is square. So your path is going left with a club face now that is square.
Yep.
So what happens now, a lot of your shots will just start there and just keep disappearing left.
Yep.
Whereas your old setup and old grip that was too weak would go and you'd get that.
Yep.
So now we've straightened out the ball flight. Now it's getting the path to change by how your shoulders move. So now we're getting the club to swing more in this direction. What you've got to be mindful of is where that right arm is. So the right arm point elbow out. Just take your hand and turn it there. The way you've got to think, imagine, they call it a hammer curl, where you hold a dumbbell kind of this way.
Yep.
Well, effectively it's like hitting a hammer, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, you do on your elbow this way to try and hammer it, okay? But then you wouldn't turn your hand around and go...
No.
Just looks awkward, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's kind of how your elbow wants to be. So we want the elbow to be out facing so it can hinge up this, which stops the old chicken wing, yeah?
Yep.
And then we just turn the hand around. So you've got the same left hand, and then you hold the golf club more in that position, which is going to get your elbow now looking down the line. This one's softer. You can see this one now, we get a bit more visual, where before you were kind of here.
Right round.
And then we did this, and then it was just the right shoulder over the top. So I say,
makes sense.
Club face affects the direction the ball starts. Shoulders affect the path.
Yep.
If the path and the club face point in the same direction, so just for argument, they point left, the ball goes left. Yeah?
Yep.
If the feet are all over the place, the contact might be poor. But the feet have got no direct relationship on where that ball goes. I mean, this ball here we can still see goes left. I mean, the feet are aiming right at target,
but
the ball didn't go right. So your feet don't directly affect the direction the ball goes. Club face affects start direction, and the shoulders affect the spin.
Yeah, visual really good, because like I said, if you'd told me I was doing that, I would have gone,
Exactly. How many times have you seen guys hit a goal ball and they go put the club on, they think, oh, my toes are aiming over there.
Yep.
It's got no, it's like saying, oh, my shoelace was aiming over there. It's got no, the golf ball doesn't see or feel what the feet do.
One thing on the driver, on the setup, I suppose I'm getting confused between two things.
Okay.
With an iron, I got in a straight line.
Yeah, same with the driver,
How do you get into a straight line with the driver?
I tell you what, I'll try. I don't think I better draw on here, but just as a reference point. Hang on.
Yep.
Right. This is my art attack. So that's your head there. Right. So we're gonna have your body there. There's your legs there, and your arms gonna be bending. So, hang on. Make it bigger. There you go. Right. So this would be your body there. legs there, legs there. Right, let's get arms in, okay? So with the arms on an iron here now, they'll be hanging down, okay? Your arms will be there, the club's leaning back with an iron.
Yep.
The driver, the ball's further forward, isn't it?
Yep.
So you've still got the club in line kind of from the shoulder. So from a face-on position, there would be my iron.
Yep.
There's my driver. There's my iron. There's my driver. There's my iron. Yeah?
Yep.
So a little bit more lean tilts you back, which puts your left... If my spine goes back, my left arm goes forward, yeah?
Yep.
And the ball position is basically moving forward, as you well know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the golf ball's going to be with the driver more left heel, whereas obviously with the iron, it's going to be more just back of
yeah.
And we just left the centre on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sort of left chest area, okay? But you still want this sort of shoulder square to target, okay?
Yep.
But effectively, if that was your setup there now, there would be your driver, yeah? Arms will still be hanging down there with square shoulders. Just the hand position is going to slightly change a little bit because the spine changes a smidging, and that means that's going to put the shaft forward slightly. But a lot of times people set with a driver, they think they got their hands behind the golf ball and they lean the handle back this way.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they try and get their head, and they can't kind of get their head in the right position. And we'll show you in a second. I'll have a look at my drivers in terms of lengthwise and see how it looks. And when you stand there, you will look, if you're in the correct position at a start with your driver, you will swear blind your hands are in front of the golf ball and they're not their level. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that kind of make sense over
no,
the
it
two?
does,
Okay,
it
good.
does.
Okay. Right, what is I'll grab my driver now.